So over here, under, it's a quick spin. Okay, so when a guy is belly down and, you know, we're doing what we call the chicken judo, he's hiding here. Now, if his elbows are in or out, it really doesn't matter because you're going to be doing some scooping. This is just an over and under and a quick spin. It's used in wrestling, it's used in just about anything. It's kind of a natural movement, really. It really is. So what Eric's down here, and what Derek's going to do, he's going to, with this hand, kind of aim your this way. So there you go. They get a better view for the camera. All right. So this hand is going to go under the arm and scoop under. Fingers to the sky. Now, that's really important because by doing that, you're hooking the arm in pretty tight, and you don't have to make it super tight. But what you're doing is making sure you just got it hooked. Okay. If some guys like to pull their hand and face their palm. Some guys might grab, but I like to hook up because it gives you a little more spin with it. Okay. Now, as he does this, he starts to, with the other hand, he's going to grab over the elbow, and as he does that, I'll get out of Derek's way, he will move to his right and just spin Eric right over. Right on top to a nice variation of Keisagatami, or chest hold, or anything you've got there. So over here, under, it's a quick spin, okay? Do it from turn your head, do it from the other angle. Okay. So yeah, turn your head, there you go. So you can see here, guys, so he underhooks there, okay, and it overhooks, so it's under and over, okay? Now you always go to the underside, because that helps you spin him, and as you do that, watch what he does. He spins it right over, comes right over. It's a real natural movement. And that's why you see it in just about every form of wrestling, judo, sambo, jiu-jitsu, whatever it may be. You can do this gi or no gi, but because we're in gis and we're doing judo or jiu-jitsu or sambo, this is a natural. Some guys will not be very well positioned, and they might have their elbows out, which is even better for you because it gives you more of an underhook and a scoop. Under, we're palm up and over. See, and you can see how Derek's hands here is palm down, palm up, and he's just going to spin over. And notice as he spins over, he comes right over on top. So let's focus on that now, guys. So he's belly down, and just go ahead and just whip over quick. See, when you do it quick, you do it right, okay? Because what Derek wants to do, with an underhook, this side, he's going to get his pec. The sooner Derek gets his pec on Eric's pec, this right underhook here, the better he's going to turn. So then this just switches right over.
You can't be too far out because you're just going to mess it up. You really have to, like Coach said, clamp it in tight and get your arm as deep as you can. And when you scoop the other hand, you start driving it right about here. You can start pushing them the other way.
Let's get a different angle so you can see. You can see how so the camera can see how you underhook there.
Okay. Catch the elbow. Okay, and then as I'm blocking, as I bring him over, and then I start pushing through, and as soon as you push, you have to turn 180 degrees and look behind you.
And you roll right in.
And then you've got a nice deep underhook for your Keisagatami.
A nice Keisagatami. Stay there, Mac, and just do the same thing, coming in. Now watch, guys, watch how he does. His underhook is really to the ceiling. Well, see that left hand, he chops that in, his elbow is in. So you want to get in, it's a roll. It's pretty much a roll right over is what it is, okay? And it's a natural. You can do it when they're elbows and knees, but often when they're, just be flat, that's what we're showing tonight. Often when they're flat, they're quite vulnerable to this. They really are. And a lot of guys will try other moves from the top, and that's good, sankakus and stuff. Those work. But this is one of those basic bread and butter type moves that will stand the test of time. And it'll stick people, And I was watching a video of the World Championships just the other day in judo, and a guy turned and pinned him with this. I thought, well, this is something we work on, and we haven't worked on it lately. And I thought, well, this is a good time to work on this move. It's just an over and under breakdown, or turnover. We call them breakdowns. So let's do it one more time. So he underhook and overhook and spin, and there you go. Okay, and this is especially good when. And anytime he's belly down, and it's just one of those quick moves. what we want to concern ourselves with is your starting position, because you don't want him to spin out and spin away. So watch what Derek does here. Kind of keep an eye on this.
When we catch through and I catch his arm on this side, what I don't want to do is just keep going like that and spin immediately because his head pops out. So what you're going to do is you're going to catch right here, and that gives you like a pivot point. So it's a block, and you keep your arm relatively close to the ground. Okay, you don't want it way up here. Relatively close to the ground, and you're pivoting him up. And right about here, when you've started to turn him, his head's cleared. So now I can pull and roll over, and then we've got the pin. Okay? If I do it without the block and I'm just pulling, his head spins out. Right? So hook, propped him, his head's cleared, roll over. Okay?
And that's one of those little points that keeps them from spinning out. And a lot of guys will spin out because they didn't, you know, the guy didn't start it right. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so let's
get him about 90 degrees on his side, just with the prop. This hand stays here. Boom. Okay? Right about here, his head is now right there, so he's cleared. So I can pull and roll over at the same time.
Can you show that one more time in a real situation?
How about I do it that way?
Okay.
Okay, so pop through, catch, okay? He's rolled up onto his side. See, I'm not pulling yet, but you can also see his head is starting to clear. So I can now rotate over his head, pull him in. Okay?
Yeah, just like Sandy said, turn your hips into him. Yeah, just roll, you roll him right into it.
You're rolling him this way and you're coming over his head as you switch positions.
Right. Okay, let's give it a go. One way you will do it with your belly down again. One thing to add, say you've knocked him down and you're starting standing. Bam. So you might have a handful of gi or something. So this, by doing this gives Derek a little more momentum by being starting from the top, because when he starts to drop, you'll see how he spins almost from a standing position. So that's where you'll see this work well too. So do it again from a standing position. So you might have foot swept him, you knocked him down, whatever, there he is, bam. So it's a quick follow through right after that. So something may have happened that he knocked down, and his first instinct was he's not a good ground fighter, okay? And he goes down, he says, I'm gonna park myself here, and hopefully the referee's gonna call a break for the action. Well, he can stop that, he can underhook and overhook, and just from the start, there you go, okay? So there are different ways you can start it. There are two right there, from your knees or from standing. But they're both effective. And it's basic stuff, it's bread and butter stuff. But hey, bread and butter tastes good too, okay? All right, let's practice.